Hey guys, what's going on? I'm really excited to be here on the AJ show and, just get the opportunity to kind of share my experience with you guys living here in the States. Here on the AJ show, the premise is that we want to inspire as well as be inspired. So hopefully this can motivate y'all in some way, shape, or form and, kind of help you guys acclimate to being here in the States, going to school here, etc. So let's get into it. Guys I've never seen before, that have never seen me before. Wow, I can't English, I'm sorry. My name is Afia. I've lived in the United States for most of my life. Gone to school here for most of my life. So that makes me first generation born in the United States. And, being a first generation kid brings a lot of firsts, as you might have guessed it. Especially in terms of going to college and aspiring towards a certain career field. A lot of us are the first kids in our family to go to college here in the States. In our family to pursue a certain career path. So, sometimes, trying to figure out what to study and how to get ourselves in the best position to, get internships and stuff can be difficult, but it's still it definitely can be done. It's definitely possible. My culture experience here, I think one thing that definitely stood out to me when I was growing up, when I was a teenager specifically, so I been the only Ghanaian in my school for the majority until I got to university, obviously. And so I didn't really meet too many of my peers my age that also had a Ghanaian background until I started attending religious events and stuff, conferences and those kinds of things. I noticed going to these events and mingling with my peers that sometimes maybe somebody make a joke or say something in cheat, and unfortunately I didn't get the opportunity to learn other people. And so it comes to music and certain things that I just didn't know. And so when you're growing up, you kind of want to be aware of what's going on so you can so you can participate in group conversations and stuff like that. And so as a result of that, I kind of always felt in the middle, oh, am I, can I say oh, I'm Ghanaian with a confidence when I kind of struggle to speak the language, or I don't know this about it or whatever. But that doesn't take away from your ethnicity. Who you are is who you are. Where your parents from is where your parents are from. So that's something that I definitely had to just kind of remind myself. So I didn't feel more or less not insecure, for lack of a better word, among my peers that maybe knew more about stuff that I wanted to know about than I did at the time. I'm currently a university student. I am double majoring in biology and Spanish. Did I know that I always know I was going to study biology? Yeah, I definitely had an interest in the sciences all throughout secondary school up to university, so I kind of knew, this is where I wanted to study. Being in college is tough. It's tough. There's a lot of, good and bad experiences that come along with it, because you're transitioning to adulthood, and you're going to find out there's a lot of things that they don't tell you in school, and are becoming less and less valuable, unfortunately. So you really have to hone into your skills and stuff on the side. And networking is a really integral part of getting internships and jobs, and so that can be difficult to navigate. Things that helped me were being involved in my school, being involved in clubs and things that I was passionate in, because that can also help you to build your resume and gives you something to talk about, like when you sit down for interviews and stuff. And then also through those opportunities, a lot of times, I'll say, you know, for my school specifically, we have a club that is catered to students that are pre-med. And so presenters that are offering internships will sometimes come to our school wanting to recruit our students. And if you happen to be there because you're a regular, you know, club member, now you have an opportunity that you might not have known about before if you weren't a part of that club. You know what I'm saying? Challenge that a lot of people are facing right now, especially the people in my generation, is just how are we going to finance our lives or the lifestyles that we want to live. And it can be stressful sometimes, because you know, you see on social media people posting like houses and cars, and you feel like you're running out of time, but you're really not. You feel like, you know, at 21 you should have all these things secured, but you know, that's not realistic for everybody, you know. So the important thing is kind of stay in your lane, you know, be true to yourself, cut your coat according to your size, you know, and do what you can, and be patient, be kind with yourself, because what is for you will be for you, and no one can take that from you. Matriculating through university, some advice I would give is that make sure you make friends with the upperclassmen. And I know, especially if you're someone like me that's more reserved and introverted, that can be difficult. So definitely be involved in terms of school, be involved in clubs. Find a club that speaks to your like extracurricular interests, you know, whether it's like knitting, music, dance, cultural stuff, or and then find a club that caters to your academic interests. So if you're studying, for example, if you're studying chemical engineering, it'd be beneficial for you to be in the engineering club of sorts, because that's how you'll be able to network and you know, acquire internships and things like that. And you know, everybody's journey is different. All the things that you're gonna experience are gonna be unique to you. Take what people say with a grain of salt, and you know, I know a lot of us feel pressured to go in certain directions, you know, whether it's like from our parents or people in our church, and you know, other outside influences. But remember, your life is yours. The choices that you make for, you know, whatever you experience, you know, as you go through your career, personal choices, all those things, you're gonna experience the repercussions of those choices. So, you know, put yourself first. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. So focus on like what you're doing. It can be easy to compare ourselves to other people and think, you know, oh, I'm not as far as them, or my stats aren't as good as they are, and that can bring you down like really quickly. So make sure, you know, you kind of reassess and then focus on what you need for you, you know. And it's not just academically, but you know, spiritually, physically, mentally. Focus on the things that you need for yourself and spend time figuring those things out, because that can help you to become a better version of yourself. And then that's gonna just push you forward to do even better as you advance through those spaces. So yeah, hope you guys got something from this, and thanks for listening.